Hello and welcome back to the workbench. Today I'm taking a look at this. The Messerschmitt BF109G-6 in 1/72nd scale from Airfix. Join me as I take a look inside the box and find out what's included. Hi, I'm Matt and you're watching Model Minutes. Before I start the video, a quick shout out to my patrons. Thanks for your support. So today I'm taking a look at this, the Messerschmitt BF109G-6 in 1/72nd scale from Airfix. On the front of the box we get quite a nice colour image of the aircraft, and on the side here it tells us that there are two different versions, one in a German marking and one in a Swiss marking. Turning onto the side now, and we've got some larger highlighted areas from the original box image. In this image pointing out the insignia on the nose, weapons under the wings and also the cockpit. This side of the box features information about the actual BF109, the dimensions of the kit, the two different decal schemes which are included in the kit, a list of paint numbers, and the ever standard Airfix flying hour. Down here it indicates that this is a skill level 1 kit, so it shouldn't be that hard to do. The side end of the box features the same image as on the front, and the rear of the box features health and safety information on the side. It indicates that it's suitable for those aged 8 years and older, and also information about the Airfix Club, which I believe at the time this video was made isn't actually live, so watch this space. Let's take a look inside the box. So the first thing I'm going to look at are the instructions. These are to the very familiar format from Airfix. Multilingual information about the actual BF109 on the front, along with a few little warnings at the bottom. We fold this one out and it's a A3 sort of booklet. On the first page, more health and safety information along with a key to the different symbols you might encounter during the build. Taking a look through the stages then, we can see that there are a number of paints required for the pilot, so a pilot figure is included, which is always good. He is cemented directly into the seat, which is then cemented directly into the airframe. This is a sort of old-fashioned way of doing it. Nowadays Airfix tends to build up quite nice cockpits on the inside. In the old days their toys used to be literally a chair cemented into the side and then the pilot sat on top. So this leads me to assume that this is going to be an old kit, but I know that it actually isn't. So I'll talk about that a bit more later. Stage 3, adding the wings, and we progress through the build. Here it gives you the option whether you want to install the drop tank under the centre of the fuselage. On this step here, number 9, there are different munitions which can be added. The drop tank is for A and B, the extra cannons are for A only, and it also indicates that if you want to put your landing gear raised, there are parts to do that. And that's all for steps. So there's 9 steps. So being a skill level 1, that's quite standard. The painting instructions are in full colour, which is great. I love that they come in colour because it helps clear up any issues or ambiguity regarding the different colours that you're using. So the German one is for BF109G6, flown by Alfred Sorel in Germany in 1943. And I quite like the look of this one from the yellow nose and the sort of eyes that it has on there. But I'm actually more tempted to do the Swiss one because I don't have any Swiss aircraft in my collection at the moment. And this one is for a Swiss Air Force BF109G6 in 1945. As you can see on here, you are told that you need to paint the red boxes on the side of the aircraft. I had hoped that this would be an entire decal, which for skill level 1 would make it easier, but I think that makes it a little bit harder that you've got to paint your own little squares on there. And also the mottling on the sides of both of the schemes can be quite difficult to reproduce if you're new to this. So the construction might be a skill level 1, but the painting might not be. So as I've said, a German one and a Swiss one. I'm more leaning towards the Swiss one now, but let me know in the comments below which one you'd like to see me build. So that's the instructions. So the decals are to the standard expected from Airfix. They are well printed with no errors that I can see, and they seem to be quite fine. There's a number of common ones down here. The top ones, there are considerably more for the German version and also the Swiss ones here. So let's take a look at the main part of the kit. So contained within 2 plastic bags we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. The last one, the clear part, comes in its own bag. Here there are 2 different canopies depending on which version you want to produce. Both canopies are well moulded. The frames are quite raised, so it would be quite easy to paint with a paintbrush. And the plastic is crystal clear with no cracks or scratches. On this sprue we've got a number of the smaller parts, including the pilot. The pilots I find tend to be quite hit and miss with different manufacturers. This one looks to be okay, but not one of the best from Airfix. But the other parts on here seem to be well moulded, and there is only a little bit of flash in places. Moving on to the underside of the aircraft, you can see that there are recessed panel lines throughout this model, and the detail is quite reasonable. Onto the fuselage now. Recessed details are present. The places where the parts join the sprue seem to be quite thick, so just watch out for that when you're removing them, as there might be a bit of cleaning up needed. And on this side here you can see absolutely no attempt at all in making a cockpit. So that's a bit of a shame really, seeing as this kit isn't actually that old. I've done a little bit of research and this tooling apparently dates from 2009. So it's only 10 years old. It's not quite up to the same standard as their more recent introductions to the range. It seems to have been manufactured at that sort of interim period, just after the sort of takeover where Hornby bought out Airfix and started introducing newer kits. So I think this was something they started to get their teeth into and then have built upon it. But generally it's not a bad kit. It doesn't look to be too difficult to build. So I paid £10 for this, and I feel actually that that is a touch expensive, especially seeing as it's almost like a starter set. It's sort of very simple to construct. It's only got 9 stages. There's not that many decals. I feel that it should be more in line with some of the other products which retail for about £6 or £7. So my recommendation to you would be, if you can get this cheaper, then do. And that's that. So in conclusion, you get a nice set of decals, some easy to follow instructions, a reasonably well detailed and moulded plastic kit, and a nice box to keep it all in. So let me know in the comments below which version you'd like to see me build, if even you would like to see me build this one. And don't forget that you can post a suggestion for other videos that you might like to see on my channel. All that's left to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again on the workbench next time.